before the video starts, this is me editing. I just want to warn you guys that I ate so many Sour Patch Kids before starting this, so my mouth wasn't exactly following the sounds I wanted to make in a lot of these places. So there's your fair warning. Okay, back to the video. Hey guys, I'm back real quick with a very useless video. Also, gonna use this chance to make a few announcements. I have a lot of videos planned, but it's the issue of time. Everything is very up in the air right now, and the IB cancelled final exams for the first time ever, so there's a lot of unexpected pressure because we've been preparing for these finals for 2 years. I neglected a lot of schoolwork in the first 2 months because it was only a matter of pass or fail, and then getting a good grade on official IB assessment, but now I don't have to focus on finals. But I do have to do really great on my coursework, so I won't be posting a lot of videos. Some of the videos I have planned are a Luna anniversary video, which I can get to post-graduation. Otherwise, I have a very big, very huge EXO video planned. However, it's such a huge project that involves a lot of research and confirming on my side, so it will most likely be a very, very late video. I also have a video on Blackpink's career sabotage in the work and a review of Idol's Oh My God, as well as a video on Luna's history of mistreatment. The last big project has to do with Fromis 9 because I want more people to know what's going on with them. This will probably end up being posted before the Luna and EXO videos because it's also a lot of effort. Otherwise, I have a bunch of smaller videos I could do in like a day or two of isolation and boredom. But now we can actually get into the video, so here are a bunch of my useless K-pop opinions. SM is trying to destroy EXO's momentum. Gonna start off with a doozy. It's quite obvious that SM wanted 2017 to be EXO's peak. They were very clearly expecting NCT to start taking off and replace EXO as their biggest moneymakers. It's why NCT 2018, although a great project and an album filled with slappers, was such a big production, but it didn't pan out. Instead, EXO had 2 huge international projects in 2018, the Olympics and Dubai Fountain, and instead of using the momentum and the huge buzz of the Olympics, SM didn't announce their album until October, and it was released in November. 9 months after 2 of the biggest events of their career. That's not good management, that's sabotage. Stupidity at best. Blackpink should try a cute concept. They should do it soon because there's a certain point where age-wise, you really shouldn't do a cute concept anymore. Don't Know What to Do and Forever Young were aesthetically very cute for Blackpink. As If It's Your Last was a cuter concept, but it still had too much of an edge. Blackpink are very cute girls, their public personalities are very cute. As performers, they're very fierce and have a lot of presence, so doing a cute concept could only expand their capabilities. I'd rather see them try it out as a pink concept pretty soon because aunties will always find something to hate and I don't want their age to be one of them. Also, no one's saying it needs to be bubblegum and rainbows, it could just be softer and still cute. Maybe something like April's Oh My Mistake, or a softer concept like a pop ballad similar to CLC's Where Are You, or even an Umpa Umpa type deal. More Jisoo, let Rosé sing with her natural voice, some nice harmonies. The lack of vocal training in K-pop is painful. A lot of companies will ignore developing a range and support and a mix and just try to find 1 or 2 good vocalists who can hit really high notes but never develop and train the things that will make them better vocalists and better performers. Which is why I largely prefer SM groups because you can guarantee that they're getting vocal training and good vocal training at that. Listening to Suho's solo album and knowing that he's officially a lead vocalist, he would be a main vocal in any other company. Easy. YG is afraid of Luna. I will not take any arguments on this. He mocked them during their Mix 9 edition for their pre-debut concept, and then afterwards he announces all of the Blackpink members will be getting a solo. No, that's transparent. He was scared of their potential and talent. Hassel is one of the best vocalists in the industry right now, and he didn't accept her. That show was just an excuse for him to creep on young girls anyways. Produce was bound to crash and burn. The first 2 seasons definitely had the most talented trainees, and I'm not saying that to shit on IZ*ONE or X*ONE, but companies aren't willing to sacrifice their trainees to a group that lasts for more than 18 months. So they start to send their less trained trainees, the ones they don't say debuting in their own groups for at least a few more years. X*ONE's contract was for 5 years, almost a full-term idol contract. What company in their right mind is going to waste their trainees with the biggest potential on a group that will keep them in the spotlight for 5 years, thereby drying up their relevancy by the time they debut under their own company? It's also why the trainees got so young in the last season. Produce wasn't going to last, and I'm kind of glad Mnet was exposed before they could start pushing for a full 7-year contract. Red Velvet fan cams aren't an enjoyable watch for me. Red Velvet are really great as a group, like as a unit they're pretty perfect. But watching solo fan cams or solo performances of them, instead of highlighting their strengths as performers, to me it highlights their shortcomings instead. I think my favorite solo performance in Red Velvet was Joy in the Mr. Mister cover. I don't think they're bad performers. I just think they get too comfortable when performing as the 5 of them. Even when they have solo dance breaks, as long as it's a performance with the 5 of them, they don't seem to perform as well as I know they can. Girls' Generation have the only black ocean in K-pop. You can't argue this. Several fandoms came together and intentionally turned off all the lights in the crowd. An award show being overrun by one fandom that doesn't turn on their light sticks for anyone but their faves is not a black ocean. As long as you can see any lights in that crowd during a performance, it is not a black ocean. A black ocean is, and always will be, an intentional punishment for a group/artist, and most likely it will be undeserved. The girls do noise better. It's true, and I should say it. ITZY, Blackpink, Everglow are the 3 off the top of my head, and their noise hits. On that note, Blackpink started the trend for K-pop noise, but 4Minute paved the way. The entire industry has wanted EXO to fall since 2016, and it's inarguable. Hanto even apologized for lying about their sales. Baekhyun solo fought against 7 Sajegi songs at once when it was released. Mnet literally gave away an award that EXO won by over 10 million votes when it was 100% fan voted. Even their own company isn't shipping out their albums. People still haven't gotten their Obsession albums ordered last year or got a shipping notice for Self-Portrait, which I know the current situation isn't affecting because I got my shipping notice a day or 2 after release. And Golden Disc Awards said to their faces and the faces of Super Junior that an award both of them had won in the past was finally going to a deserved winner. What kind of professional says that? Lisa would be the best Blackpink soloist. She's a performer. She performs. She has vocals, presence, rap, dance, and she's horribly underutilized by YG. In my completely honest opinion, she should be promoted as the next CL. YG's been working hard to build Jennie's image as a prettier CL, but I can see Lisa performing at huge events, like the Olympics. Jennie just doesn't hit as much to me. That is not to say that I think Jennie is a bad performer or idol, I just think that currently Lisa has the potential to be like CL Lafama, a standard group soloist rapper. That being said, people hating on Jennie for being lazy and then ignoring Blinks who tell them it's because Jennie has documented health issues, get out. Watching those videos where Jennie could barely stand is literally heartbreaking. And to know she was seeing the hate she was getting at that time for something out of her control. None of your faves will ever reach Sistar's level of iconic summer anthems. Touch My Body, I Like That, Shake It, iconic. K-pop girls do more diverse and better social commentary. Sunmi, FX, Hyuna, Brown Eyed Girls, Luna, they've all done very different social commentaries in their songs, but it all feels more personal and genuine than the largely mental illness-based social commentary that K-pop boys put out. If I had to guess, it's because when K-pop girls put out social commentary, it often has to do with a topical subject. FX with Red Light and the Seoul Ferry accident, Brown Eyed Girls with Sixth Sense and government oppression and censorship, or a personal connection to the issue. Sunmi's Noir and social media attention begging, Luna's Butterfly / So What and different kinds of female empowerment. Chenna's babe and infantilization and sexualization in the industry that the girls themselves all relate to. If it's a group, usually they all have a personal connection to the topic. Boys? A lot of the times it seems like one member writes about his own struggles and then the rest of them are expected to relate to it and release it as social commentary when they don't all relate to it. It creates a very uncomfortable experience for me to hear someone pretend to relate to a topic that's supposed to be personal. Red Velvet's recent choreos are really unappealing to watch. It kind of sounds like I hate their performances now, but that's not it at all. Their choreos before Power Up have all looked really good, fit the vibe of the song, and made the members look good. The robot moves in Dum Dum would look ridiculous with any other song, but they fit right there. The moves during the La 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 parts of Russian Roulette are objectively weird in any other choreo, but they work there. However, the Reppafest title track dances look weird. The Power Up dance looks weird. I haven't seen RBB in full, so I can't speak on most of that dance. But we have a track record of really great choreos like Look, Russian Roulette, Peekaboo, Bad Boy, Dum Dum, Ice Cream Cake, etc. that don't look weird. Simsalabim is full of awkward moves. Umpa Umpa is the best dance out of the three fests, but once you take away the context inspiration, Umpa Umpa being a phrase used to teach kids how to breathe while swimming, it looks weird. And the Psycho Chorus is some of the least fitting choreo I've ever seen. We know SM have great choreographers, so why do they keep picking these weird and ill-fitting dances for Red Velvet? Here's a comparison between a few Red Velvet dances and other girl group dances from the same year. not saying Red Velvet are bad performers because despite my previous opinion about them as parts of a whole, they aren't. Especially when you consider them as a full group, but their recent choreos have been doing them zero justice. I chose those choreos because the songs are emulating similar vibes or general tone to the Red Velvet releases. Some of them may have their own weird moves, but put them with the rest of the choreo and they look more natural than the ones in Red Velvet's songs. I'm really just disappointed because Red Velvet have some of my favorite choreos in K-pop, Looking at You, Dum Dum and Look, and this drop in overall quality isn't a fun thing to watch. Catfishing on K-pop stan Twitter. What's the point? If you're gonna lie about your whole life for some arbitrary reason, keep notes so you don't mess up and expose yourself. First rule of lying is to keep it simple. Second rule of lying is don't catfish. Especially not on K-pop stan Twitter where you gain nothing from it. K-pop companies should start doing minor background checks on the idols before and after debut. Not as an invasion of privacy, but we've all seen how ill-intentioned people will take the trust of these idols and break it on a whim. We've also seen how some idols will have incredibly dark secrets that go beyond just a scandal. Their career destroys for anything the idol touches. The worst ones destroy multiple lives. K-pop companies already try to control most of their lives, but they can't do the one thing that can preemptively save the company, the group, and so many innocent people. I'm not against fan wars. It's just because they're unavoidable. I am against drastic escalation, but look at the history and current events, look at sports fans, supporters of politicians, etc. Whenever you get into a new in-group, you become defensive of it against any out-group. Not everyone, but most people will create an us versus them mentality. All we can really do is hold people who are out of line accountable. Stop calling idols' pets ugly. It's really rude. Your idols love these pets and often they're their biggest source of comfort when the world seems against them. Just leave it. Blackpink's music videos are just glorified box sets at this point. They're so weirdly clean cut and straight edged. I think the last scene that seemed less perfect was Lisa's rap in Kill This Love. I miss the way their first 4 music videos looked. It felt more like there was a world behind them. Now it just looks like YG put them on a set and said, okay, now do the thing where you dance and sing. I miss the personality in the music videos, the effort to make a visually pleasing shot. Carving of Blackpink's mark on the real world. Girl groups have been killing it these past few years, and there's no doubt in my mind that the 4th gen will follow the 2nd gen in being led by women. There have been some insanely strong debuts in the last 2 years, and I can't wait to see where these groups will go. It's just a matter of if their companies will see the same potential. Comparatively, the boy group debuts have been really weak. I can literally only remember 4 right now, and I only know 2 of them because they're 101 affiliated. If they weren't, I doubt they would have ever crossed my path. And there you have it, that's 20 of my really unnecessary opinions and thoughts about K-pop. I promise I don't hate any of the groups mentioned, and even though most of these are negative opinions, I do have a lot of positive ones as well. It's just easier to remember the negative ones. If I try to list my positive K-pop opinions, they would start getting really repetitive because they're harder to remember. So anyways, feel free to check out some of my other content, and if any of the videos I mentioned making piqued your interest, you can subscribe so you can find them once they're actually posted. School is back on for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I won't be going to school, but my program is so demanding I can't relax and finish these videos until I can start preparing for graduation on the 29th. That is to say, if I graduate. I haven't exactly been great at handing in projects since school was closed. Anyways, wash your hands and be nice to your local grocery store and food service employees. Bye.
Oh, I hear you, I feel you. 볼 수가 없어도 널 들을 수 있어. 눈을 감고서 이 세상 모든 소리 중에 너를 찾아내면 돼. 너의 작은 웃음소리